To put the earth, because see, when this destruction comes, the whole world is going to be shook up. Literally, the earth shall rule back and forth like a drunkard. Isaiah chapter 24. Then when we come back down on the earth, we'll be superheroes, the X-Men with all their powers. And we're not going to have each one of us have a particular power. We're not going to be like Magneto. We're going to have all the powers. We're all going to have the same power. So you come up with some plastic shield, Magneto can't do nothing to it. We're going to have power over plastic, over fire, over everything. We're going to literally be superheroes on the earth. And we're going to be dressed like superheroes. And you're going to have the nations come up against us like they always do. They have their, as Magneto said, you homo sapiens and your guns. We'll probably say that. The Most High is going to show his power through his elect. And they're going to try to fight, and they're going to lose miserably. And we're going to have fun with it too. Your angels following Yahushai, they're going to be creative and taking you out. They're going to have fun taking you out. Who said this? One of this, either congressman or former Air Force major, somebody, they had the talks in front of this Congress Senate about discussion on the UFO. But one guy said that he saw these beams coming out the ship. I forget the whole story and all that, but if anybody knows, if there's a video, you can send it to me or whatever. That these beams came out of the ships, and this is an Edomite, I believe, saw it, and he said they came out of the ships with weapons, and they had a look on their face like they've never been defeated. So we're gonna have that same look. And we're going to laugh. We're going to laugh. Well, it says in Proverbs 1 that they're going to laugh in the heavens. It's also spoken about in Psalms chapter 2. We're going to laugh. And then you just got defeated. You just got defeated in the heavens. There was no place found in the heavens, Revelation 12. You're going to be wiped out. You're going to be utterly destroyed. And there will be no place found in heaven, meaning for the beast, for the dragon, and their technology. Another Edomite said, high-ranking Air Force guy would say, he said that he witnessed the ships and what they did. And he said their technology, if I had to guess, their technology is 1,000 years more advanced than ours. It's actually thousands of years. Because this technology has been around since the time of Adam, before the time of Adam.
Hey, Shalom Akim, Shalom. First thing and foremost, I'm going to give out praises and glory and honor as due to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Akakwadash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Noise in the gospel abroad, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, wherever it may be. This is a quick little lesson through the Spirit for encouragement, spiritual power, as we often talk about here at Great Millstone. I think we're one of the few camps that actually goes into this topic, because most camps, like I said, they're more in the practical mindset of, things done in a physical sense, and they're more in a gimmick type setup, meaning that a lot of this Israelite thing that they preach is really for their brand and their image. Okay, they don't really believe in the miracles and the new life and the spiritual power. They don't really believe in that, because if they did, the scriptures say, be not ignorant of anything small or great. So if these men really believed in what was said in the scriptures, they would definitely teach so. Okay, but we're the only camp, for the most part, at least that I know in our affiliates, that goes into this topic. Because most people say, oh, that's fairy tale, that's make-believe, that's disbelief, X, Y, and Z. But did you not know that our Lord displays spiritual power? Like when you go into that preview of the book of Clarence, that folly. But regardless, they showed them putting hands on the Lord. He putting hands and he healing people on this side, in this flesh. Okay, Simeon Toko, which is a Bantu man, which is the Israelites. Okay, basically, he was basically like an angel in the incarnate flesh of men. Meaning he was an angel, but he was in the incarnation of a man, flesh and blood. And they put him to death, they killed him, they dissolved him in this particular acid, cut his body up, flown him to different parts of the world, and yet this man kept coming back to life. Okay, what appears to be a normal flesh and blood human being. So it's not far-fetched to know that we're going to get these abilities on his side. Okay, I mean, you literally got Jake doing supernatural shit now. Literally jumping, I mean, Michael Jordan, man. You know what I'm saying? LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, just to name a few. Steph Curry. You know, even brothers in his faith, you know, leaving out our potentials of our bodies. You know, I remember I was 6, 7 years old. I mean, I'm flipping off porches, doing backflip off walls. We literally believed it, and we did it because we believe that we can do it. Because faith is with the belief, and power starts with the belief. Like Yahweh Shai said, he said, hey, with the belief of a mustard seed, you can eat this, move mountains, man. Or cast ye into the river, say, move yon stender, and then before you know it, the mountain will move. It's all about a belief and your comfortability about your belief. Just like swimming. Most people can swim, but they're afraid to do it, so therefore, hence they drown. Okay, but confidence, and it takes confidence to have faith, and your confidence has to be built up within your faith so you can believe these things when you understand the potential behind locking the elements, which the Lord is getting ready to give to us in a short while. Hence the purpose of this video, because I just refuse to believe that the Most High is going to allow us to go out. Like what Nino said, he said, we ain't going out like Pusshead and Blackie shut up in the hallway over $10 badge. You know, or those Jakes, what happened to him down in Mississippi, those 5, 6 cocks basically tortured him, dildo fucked him, manipulate, I mean, you know, totally violated him with no help. I refuse to believe that the Most High is going to allow us to go out like a bunch of chumps, man. Okay, and if you let Satan get a hold of you, you would think that out of all this work you're doing, you know what I'm saying, you get one illness in the body, you're like, oh shit, how I'm going to fare through Jacob's trouble. I'm in no condition to run. I have a messed up ankle. I have nerve problems. I have neurological issues. I get dizzy quick. And you start to let all this pile up on top of an already doubtful mindset, you can easily become complacent in your faith, man. So you got to really believe in this thing and know that the Lord is getting ready to clean us up. Because the time we're living in now, we're going to need full health. We're going to need a full body of health in order to withstand what the hell is getting ready to come. Okay, so this is a precept here, and I got a couple of precepts lined up, but this is from the brother's channel, Jeremiah, and I believe this is the brother Ishiar from what state he's in, North Carolina. I had the pleasure of meeting that brother many years ago. Okay, I want to say, 23? I think I met that brother maybe 11 years ago. He came down here for a particular event. I'm not going to speak on it, but it was, a very noble event. And, got a chance to break bread with the brother for about an hour or so. Real good brother. But anyway, it says, Jeremiah 51:19. It says, the portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the form of all things. Okay, and this is why Esau makes movies about our powers. Okay, no coincidence that movies like Transformers, Avatar, The Weirdo, or it's called A Way of Life or something like that, Wakanda Forever, all right, Miles Morales, all these superhero movies are circumventing around the abilities that we are going to get as Israelites. Okay, scriptures say that the feeble among them should be as David. Okay, and who's the feeble? The feeble can just be the typical Jakes, man. Okay, because we've been broken down in this society, in the prophets. But it says the house of David should be like God, meaning the house of David represents the elect, the prophets. But it says here, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance, and the Lord of hosts is his name. Okay, so if we are his people, what make you think that we're not going to have the capabilities that Yahweh Shai, which is our Savior, which is the Son of the Most High, they're not the same entity. But what make you think we're not going to get those abilities that he possesses? I won't say ones, but that he possesses to a far greater scale now, especially that he have his glorious body. It says, and with thee will I break in pieces the horses and his rider, and with thee I will break in pieces the chariots and his rider. This is talking about Esau's military. Okay, all his shit he has underground that he haven't declassified yet. I'm talking about the things that that would make the average jaw drop. Like, wait a minute, I didn't know they had weapons. Like, they have a weapon that could turn you inside out, man. They have weapons dealing with mind control. Like, it's an article. Matter of fact, I want to pull it up real quick. I'm not gonna go into it for time purposes, but it says here, new MK Ultra. Here it says, come on, man, what the hell? You have new MK Ultra file reviews terrifying experiments on Black Americans. Okay, it says documents recently obtained amid a new investigation reveals more startling depravity during the CIA's infamous MK Ultra program, which goes into mind control. It says including ethnic bioweapons, okay, which technically most people that got, you know, the jamba juice in them, it's basically a bioweapon, and other forms of race-based torture, mind control, and experimentation. Okay, and I can end it there, but definitely I want to go into this. But I would probably have to put it like on BitChute or what's the other one? BitChute is another one I haven't uploaded to for a while. But basically, this CIA, these TV shows and old cartoons and movies, the scripts are pretty much generated through the CIA, and if it goes outside of the CIA's parameters, then what happens is they shoot it down. You got to have what you call a lot of rewrites. This is why, like, a lot of movies was not greenlit through Hollywood, because the CIA didn't approve of it because it exposed too much. Like that movie called Gray State with this guy by the name of David Crowley, okay, which was an insider for the U.S. military. He was going to bring out a movie exposing the tyranny of this global world order, hence the MOTB, and what they was going to do leading up to this event that was going to shake humanity to its core, and we're seeing it. But yet he got executed, him and his family, because they didn't approve of it, okay? But this is why we're going to need power. It says, and I will break in pieces the horse and his rider, and with thee I will break in pieces the chariot and his rider, and with thee I will also break in pieces man and woman. So we're going to get our hands on you women, okay, you men, and we're going to, the Most High is going to allow, he's going to deliver some of you 2/3 up right into the hands of the men of the Lord, man, because I got a laundry list of you jakes I want to really, I would really want to send you to the Most High, man. You know, you got to get clanked up. You know, I have a few in mind that I actually have a laundry list of niggas if the Lord allowed me to get to them. Hey, it's going to be a done deal. All right. But for edification purposes of the lesson, we're going to keep reading. It says, and with thee I will break in pieces the chariot with his rider, and with thee I will also break in pieces man and woman, and in thee I will break in pieces old and young, because you elderly, you have a lot of blood on your hand, man. Okay, you 70, 80-year-old Edomites, you got a lot of blood on your hand, man. And with thee I will break in pieces the young men and the maid, and I will also break in pieces with thee the shepherds and his flock, and I will break in pieces the husbandman and his yoke of oxen, and with thee I will break in pieces the captains and rulers, which is your military personnel. Now, Apostle Tahar made a very excellent point. He said, look, we all gonna have the same power, okay? Because I believe it's a scripture in Micah that goes into, we basically gonna be shooting rays of light out of our hands. And you watch that show, Naruto, you watch Baki, which Baki was able to go into the mind and fuck you up. Heavy form of spiritual power, which I gotta get really into that show. Also, Dragon Ball Z, Kamehamehas, Galick Guns, Final Flashes, you know, Kaioken attacks, you know what I'm saying, Super Saiyan Blue 3, Super Saiyan 3, all these things are direct concepts that I've taken out of the scriptures. Now, of course, in TV show purposes, they overly dramatize it, but regardless, it's going to be on a far greater scale when we get the power up, okay? We're going to literally use our minds, you know, so, and little boy Jake boys are known for having overactive imaginations. Like, as a kid, I stayed in my mind, I stayed in my head, you know, because of the abilities that I knew somewhere, some form that we may possess, you know. But this is the book of Isaiah 41, and I'm going to start at verses, this whole chapter is good. Yep, but this is the book of Isaiah 41:8. It says, but thou, Israel, oh, no, going back to the point, Apostle Tahar made a good point. He said, we're all going to have the same power, but it may be levels to it. Like, we was in a mindset that one brother may have power over fire, one brother have power over elements, one brother may have power over electricity. And it seems that way, but really we all going to have the power to use this. We're going to have direct elements over everything, man. Okay, like you got angels that's over fire, angels that's over water, angels that's over wind. But the scriptures even go to us being just a little lowly than the angels on his side. So we're going to be more powerful than an angel. So we're going to have all those abilities combined into one. Because it wouldn't benefit you fighting a military or troops that's fire resistant and that's your only superpower. You get taken out because they have things to counteract that. You know what I'm saying? So that's the point. But we're going to have those powers on a far greater scale to neutralize everything. And I had to put it into context too, thinking about this power we're getting ready to get. On this side, you're still mortal. You can die. But that's unlikely if you get the power. But Samson had spiritual power, but he still died. Okay, not to put doubt in any brother's mindset, but once you're still in this third dimensional shell, you're capable of dying. Okay, but highly unlikely if you get the power, because the Lord is going to turn us up. Just to throw that out there. King David had spiritual power, but he still died as an old man. Okay, Yahweh Shai had spiritual power, but he still gave up the spirit. The disciples had spiritual power, but they still died. Why? Because they were still under this curse of death. You see, and we're still under the curse of death. So technically it's possible to die, but it's unlikely, because I don't see any man of the Lord dying with this power, because we just going to defy that shit. Like, we ain't dying today, bro. But those that are slated to be martyred, you're going to be martyred. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. Certain brothers may have the power of healing and healing people, but you can still be a martyr from that. But you still have spiritual power, but yet you were able to be killed. Okay, but like I said, just my spiritual opinion, I don't believe any man of the Lord, for the most part, will be killed on this side, outside of martyrdom. I'll say it that way. But anyway, it says, but thou, Israel, my servant, Jacob, whom I have chosen, the seed of Abraham, my friend, thou whom I have taken from the ends of the earth, and called thee from the chief men thereof. And I said unto thee, thou art my servant, I have chosen thee, will not cast thee off. Okay, because the promise that he made to Abraham is the reason why we are inheritant of the blessing today. But it says, fear thou now, for I am with thee, but be not dismayed, for I am thy power. I will strengthen thee, and we need strength, bro. Like, literally, we are in the worst case. Certain brothers can barely even get up and walk, man. How in the hell are you going to get through the worst time in human history? Beats me, but hey, it says here, I will strengthen thee, yeah, I will help thee, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. So only thing you got to do is believe, man. Because when you start to try to figure this stuff out and make it make sense of your own understanding, you're going to bug yourself out, because it's like, man, I can barely get up and get out of bed because I got back pains, let alone you think I'm finna put a swarm of troops to flight? How the hell I'm going to do that? Hey, just believe, man. Things going to happen that's going to set you up for healing, that's going to get you back right. All right, that's going throughout the body. But it says, behold, all that were incensed against thee should be ashamed and confounded, and should be as nothing, and they that strive with thee should perish. So, hey, whoever come up against us, they're going to be put down. Okay, ain't going to be no fear. While you got these Israelites hunting guns and weapons, look, we ain't going to need no guns. We can go into the mindset and jack you up, man. That same gun you trying to harness against Esau, we can go into your mind and make them pull a gun on themselves and be done with it. You know what I'm saying? Without even breaking a sweat. Me personally, I don't want no guns in that day. I want to do shit barehanded or with swords and kunais, man. I want to get up and close and personal, man. Now, if the Most High give me the weaponry to shoot the arrows, the gun, whatever, then that's what the Lord allows us to use. Fine, any weapon. But I want to do barehanded, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to go back into the ancient world of fighting, because guns are just, that's a whole, I feel like having guns is a disadvantage and is really cheating. Anybody can shoot somebody, you know, but that's the way they play today. But you could turn that little gun into a battle axe, man, and you could throw it at somebody, you know. But anyway, it says, thou shalt seek them and shall not find them, even they that contend with thee. It says, they that war against thee should be as nothing and as a thing of naught, because it tells us when the enemy should come in as a flood, then the Most High shall raise up a standard against him. It says, for I, Yahweh, thy power, will hold thy right hand, saying unto thee, fear not, I will help thee. But fear not, thou worm Jacob. A worm is a very defenseless creature. Can't do anything but hide in the dirt to stop the prey from getting it. And even then, if the birds and whatever, you know, the particular insects that eat worms, the particular animals that eat worms, they can dig into the earth and they can get the worm out of its hide and eat it up. And that's the condition we're in. We have no power. Worm is symbolic for being powerless. And it says, and ye men of Israel, I will help thee. It says men, okay, hence plural. Thus says the Lord, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. But behold, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument. And that word goes into like masach, I think, that word instrument in the Hebrew. And it goes into like a threshing weapon, like a battle axe. And it says, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument having teeth. And thou shalt thresh the mountains and beat them small, and shall make the hills as chaff. And the hills represents the governments, man. You know? So yeah, man, we're gonna really put hell on you other nations, and you 2/3, because you deserve it, man. Okay? Because it's to the time now that the men of the Lord, we have to get our, the Lord have to get his glory than us. And it's just the wickedness of this place. It's just the fact that you people are just wicked as all hell. You know? So this is the book of Wisdom of Solomon 5. And I'm going to start at verses 15. It says, but the righteous live forevermore, and their reward is also with the Lord, and the care of them is with the Most High. Therefore shall they receive a glorious kingdom and beautiful crown from the Lord's hand. From with his right hand shall cover them, and with his arm he shall protect them. And what's the arm of the Most High? Yahweh Shai. And he should take to him his jealousy for complete armor, and make the creature his weapon for the revenge of his enemies. And I speculate that this is talking about after we come down from the chariots as well, because it says they're going to receive a beautiful crown. And when we get that crown, we're going to have that superhuman body to the point we won't be able to die. And that's when the fun really going to begin. Now, on this side, the Lord is going to give us abilities, too, to do things and to put the enemy to flight. You know what I'm saying? He's going to give us the abilities we need at the moment to defend ourselves, those of us that the Lord chooses to do so. Some of us will be martyrs. Some of us probably won't get the power. But I think a great deal of the men of the Lord will get that power. Okay, it tells you that in Micah, when the Assyrians should come into thy land, and it says that Jake should be in the midst of people as a dew from the heaven and as a young lion. That haven't happened during the time of the Assyrians. So this is talking about on this side. So when an enemy comes in as a flood, hey, brothers, just expect the Lord to just put some type of potential in you to do some miraculous shit. You know, like my man saying in Boondocks, what was that nigga, Gangstalicious? He said some real indubitable shit, nigga. You know, that was a hell of a cartoon, man. It exposed a lot of truth in there. But it says, he should put on righteousness as a breastplate and true judgment instead of a helmet. And he should take holiness for an invisible shield. And his severe wrath shall he sharpen for a sword. And the world shall fight with him against the unwise. And the world is Israel, man. Okay? So that's the point. You know? One more precept and we'll end it. Wisdom of Solomon 3. And I'm going to start at verses 5. It says, and have ye been a little chastised, they should be greatly rewarded. So we're going to get rewarded for this hell we're going through, for all the sicknesses and everything that we've endured. You're going to be greatly rewarded. For Yahweh proved them and found them worthy for himself. And hey, brothers, there's going to come a day that we're not going to suffer no more, man. And we just count down the days. I know it seems like the dog days of summer, because it's like every day you waking up in his body, it's like a new check engine light on. You eat something, you get inflammation in the body. And a lot of people are literally sick from this shit that they pumped 2 years ago. And the people that's, drunk the potion, they're getting a lot of us sick, man. Just being around them. Find out that shit, it does something to your gut flora, man. I didn't even know that. I'm like, oh, it makes sense now, And I like to think of myself as a foreign vehicle. You just can't put any oil on my body and expect it to run right. No, I got to have the best shit in me. Israelites, period. Us as a race of Israelites, we're literally organic, man. We're literally from the earth. We're organic. We're literally like the top of the line shit. You just can't put fucking Dollar Tree batteries in us and expect for us to climb up a mountain. No, you got to put the real alkalinized shit in us, man, for us to function at an optimal rate. We ain't pigs like Esau, man. A pig can fucking function with a pig eats his own feces, man. That's why when a pig dies, a lot of times the maggots and so forth devour the carcass faster than any mammal because of the toxins in it. That's why, like, literally, if a pig died, I want to say by the end of the week, it'll probably be fully deteriorated, man, because of all the toxins in it. That's Esau. They can do whatever they want to their bodies and function. Us, man, you can't put fucking 87. You can't put unleaded fuel in our tanks. We got to have that 93 octane. And me personally, I got to have the top grade shit for me to operate perfect. So it makes sense as to why we all messed up, because our vibration and our frequencies are off, you know. But it says, they should be greatly rewarded, for Yahweh have proved them and found them worthy for himself. But as gold in the furnace have he tried them and received them as a burnt offering, sacrifice. And in the time of their visitation, they shall shine and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble, man. Okay? And they should judge the nations and have dominion over the people, and the Lord shall reign forever. Okay? Sparks among the stubble. When you look at DBZ, when they're fighting so fast in the atmosphere, only thing you see is sparks and balls everywhere, because they're fighting that quick. They're literally going faster than the speed of light. That's the type of power we're getting ready to be harnessed with. And it's a light, trust us, it's not a far-fetched thing, because, I mean, the creator of the universe, he has this type of power. So you think there's a limit on what he's going to give us? Fuck no, he has no limits. So why would he limit us? You know, but anyway, with that, all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Rakakwadash. And with that, Shalom and Abba Abba. Shalom.